One. Greetings, every people. It's your cult.
Personality Roundtable is ToonKriticY2K.
I tried to silence her.
Yeah, you tried.
He put his hand over my mouth. He went for the physical approach. But hi everyone, I'm ToonKriticY2K, your cult of personality, keeping you totally tuned in. And today we're talking about
cult of personality.
You said personality. You can't even get my name right, Kitty.
Wow, I'm sorry. You're not the Toon Critic anymore. You're now Toon Parsnip Y2K.
You are not even a good understudy.
People can't even pronounce your E's
holding a bunch of parsley.
And today we're talking about the second Equestria Girls short, Movie Magic. And with us, we got our special guest, Midnight Sonata.
Hello.
We got a Golden Fox.
Why did you hijack the podcast?
We, good talk, buddy. We got the one and only British Ninja.
Hey, wait, this isn't the actual MLP movie trailer. Why are we doing this again?
This it. We got Del Wilsonator filling in for our little Blissy Bliss.
I can make rainbows too. Just give me a sec.
Okay, Eric.
And of course, we got the lovely, the tall, the radio tower herself. We got Miss Keyframe over here.
Oh my god, I'm so happy to be here for my first ever roundtable. Like, oh my god, did you know I love the Beatles and Scooby-Doo? Because I totally do. Oh my god, I'm so happy to be here. I got kicked from my own Skype call. Wow, okay. What the heck? Did my Skype seriously die? Okay, there we go. Alright.
Sorry, you must have had some fucking connection issues.
And there goes the PG rating right out the window. Okay, we haven't even started yet.
You can bloop that bit out. Fuck it.
No, we can't.
Yeah, it's
Why?
live.
Okay, so right. I guess that takes the intro out of the way. So yeah, we got Midnight Sonata, we got Katie, who is Will's girlfriend, here with us. We're talking about Movie Magic, the second Equestria Girls short. There's not much to say on this one, kind of like the last one. We're all kind of just building up.
Says you, I love this short.
I mean, it's a good short, but there's really not too much to talk about it in certain parts. But I don't know. Let's just get this underway. Who wants to go first with their likes?
Keyframe, since she has a lot to say about it. Go ahead.
Okay.
I love this short. It was so much better than Dance Magic in every way. What I really liked about this episode was just the use of the episode setup of this whole, this is going to show my bias, it was a Scooby-Doo episode. And I love the fact that it was.
Of course.
Like, you got your chase scenes, you got your costumes, you got your callbacks.
Wait a minute, Missy. It can't possibly be a Scooby-Doo thing. There was no musical chase scene.
Yeah, they didn't have those sequences where they go like in a hall of doors back and forth, back and forth.
Your bias is invalid.
No.
No, they did.
Let Keek talk. Let Keek talk.
Yeah, why don't you shut up, Will? You're gonna get your turn. But no, it felt like, you know, the closest thing we're probably gonna get to a Scooby episode, just because it doesn't fit, it doesn't do certain specific things of the genre does not mean it's not in its core a parody of something or an homage to something, even if it's inadvertent. It's still a mystery where people split up to look for clues, and there's a monster, and then there's the big reveal. But I don't know, I really like that setup. It was really, there was funny gags in it to me, and it was nice to just see an enjoyable little slice of life thingy that actually had like a little bit of stake. Unlike Dance Magic, where it was like, oh, they won't win the music video contest. Ooh, sad. This one has a stake where, you know, there's people's jobs on the lines and everything, and it feels like they were actually using things properly, like their powers and shit. So yeah, I like this short a lot, and I feel like I could talk a really long time on it, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to pass it off to Will.
Okay, well, actually, if I may rebuttal, I'd actually argue that things were at stake in Dance Magic because they were raising money to help repair Camp Everfree. So by technicality, there were still things at stake, but I can see what you mean. Like the stakes were a little little bit bigger in this one versus Dance Magic, so I can at least see that. That's just a small argument I would base against that. But anyway, let's see, one thing I liked about this movie magic thing. This was another short where I really felt like each of the main six really got to have their own sort of standout moment. None of them felt like they were overshadowed in a sense. Like each of them got a chance to use their best element in this short. We had, Rainbow Dash's passion for daring do. We had Twilight's mystery solving. We had Pinky helping out with the pudding, and we had Sunset, Rarity, and Fluttershy and Applejack each having their own things, with everybody splitting up and stuff like that. So that's one thing I really like. Nobody ever felt overshadowed in a sense. Yeah. So I liked how each character was used equally. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing I guess I can really appreciate from this. Other than that, honestly, I don't know if I can really take too much from it. I will admit it is better than Dance Magic, but I don't know, not by much, at least for me. But that's at least one thing I liked. Other things I might like may be spoken by other people here, which, speaking of which, I shall pass that along to Midnight.
I knew you were going to pass it to me. I'm sorry.
Shush you.
So, shush. The one thing that I did like, okay, because honestly for me, I'm probably going to be in the minority here, where I would say this is a meh kind of episode for me. Yeah, it was better than
There's a storm coming.
I know. Yeah, it was better than Dance Magic, but, it's just,
Oh, no, I'm agreeing with you. Go ahead.
My main thing is, all the set stuff and stuff like that, because I'm probably, one of the few people here, aside from the Wilsonator, who's actually been on movie sets before, that kind of pulled me out of it, where I'm like, that's not what they do. That's not how things are done on an actual set.
That's kind of why I wanted her for this episode, because she is an actress. She knows probably this better than the short does.
I can't wait for the games design episode.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this right now, because this part particularly bugged the heck out of me. Whereas where the guy grabbed the main six, he's like, I need you guys on for the set. The actors are placed in a designated area. Everybody knows where those actors are. They are not supposed to leave that area. And they're not supposed to, and a person who's on another set does not go on to another person's set to find their actors. That is not what they do. That's just no.
All right.
Midnight. This is a classic trope and gag that's used in cartoons for a long time, though.
I understand, but that just pulled me out of it, because I'm like, that would never happen. That would never happen. But anyway, back to what I was saying, the good thing, the one thing I liked. I liked that Juniper, that is her name, right?
Yes.
Juniper Montage, yeah.
Juniper Montage. I'm so glad that she was fired. That made me so happy. I was just like,
yes!
if he had forgiven her and let her continue being on the set and maybe just had her do just little mopping chores, I would have been like, no. She would have cost the production thousands upon thousands, maybe even millions of dollars, because she was deliberately sabotaging the set. If she really wanted to sabotage, quote unquote, sabotage somebody, she would have gone straight for Chestnut. But no, she took it out on the production itself, and therefore could have destroyed the entire production. So I'm like, thank you for firing her. That makes me so happy. That's one of the few things in there that would actually happen on a real set. But anyways, now that that's over.
So I guess that takes care of both your likes and dislikes then, since you kind of did both.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. So I've always wanted to say this. I'm gonna pass it to British Ninja.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose it's my likes. I don't like too much about this thing. I guess this left a very little impersonation, and what it did leave on me was kind of But I did like the designs for some of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like the set designs were kind of nice, if a little cliche. But hey, that's what they were going for, I guess. That's what Daring Do always kind of goes for. it's nice to see the human world girls get their superpowers, and how Sunset's in a little maniac costume. That was adorable. And I suppose, yeah, it was just kind of fun, I guess. Again, I don't have too much to say on this one. So I'll pass it off to Golden.
Riveting commentary.
Okay. Yep, this is kind of taking a little bit off of what Midnight said about, what's her name, Juniper?
Juniper.
Yeah, Juniper. What I like in this short is the director. Because I can definitely, I can see how overreactive he is and how overwhelmed he feels and what he's trying to figure out and such. Like, I've always felt like I've been pulled into that position, so I know how he feels. But additionally, right at the very end, I'm glad that he made the decision that, yeah, of course I forgive you, which is why I'm kicking you out.
You know what the director reminds me of?
We can barely hear you.
You know what it reminds me of?
Oh, crap.
But no, you know what it reminds me of? Specifically from the Speed Demon Michael Jackson music video, like the extended one with the claymated Spielberg director. It's like, I asked for a movie star and I get Michael Jackson. For some reason, when I looked at that director, that specific image came into my head, and I don't know why. But I like this character a lot too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So yes, I like that he stepped up and said, because I pretty much am with what Midnight Sonata said. Juniper sabotaged the entire set and put the rest of the production in jeopardy, but also took advantage of his trust. I can feel so much of that. You put your trust on somebody, whether they're a relative or not, and they use it to their own thing on what they want to do and not really thinking about the outcomes and consequences of everyone else. Yeah, no, I can definitely see the motivation that goes on behind Juniper and everything, but that's not the point of what I'm addressing. What I'm addressing is, no matter what it is on what you want, sometimes you got to learn when to put that aside. And it just shows that Juniper had Jupiter. I don't care.
It's Jupiter montage.
Jupiter could not take. She did not respect the rejection that she got, and that's one of the things you got to learn in life. If you're trying to participate in something and you don't get the role, or if you don't get to be a part of something, you just have to learn to deal with it. There's a lot of
an evil plan to take over the corporation and close the rec center.
Yeah, that's out of pure desperation. That's not how you get things what you want in life. That's very, very spoiled of her to do something like that. So anyway, like the director, I pass it up to who's left? Toon.
I believe
All right,
Toon's the only one that's
I
left.
pass it up to the top hat.
Yay. I kind of want to echo off of that. I found that when they were trying to deal with Juniper, just be like, well, I know everything about it, so it totally should be me. I feel like that's every fan who knows everything about the source material and the actual actor or actress doesn't, so they think they should be entitled to do it because they're the biggest super fan. That's not how the biz works, folks. That's not how it works.
Yeah, actually, if I may add on to that, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like, that sort of age-old debacle, like, should Hollywood directors actually give the fans what they want? Because if they want to, it's that sort of thing. It's like, no matter
fans don't know what they want.
Yeah, exactly. Fans don't know what they want. Like, they get say they get something that's not really too close to the source material, they complain about it. And when it's something that they do actually want, the director blatantly gives to them, they're still not happy.
No, when they do that, that's called, that's fan pandering, it's fan service. That's what you want, though. Oh my God.
It's one of two things. Either it's not close to the source material, or it's too much fan pandering. It's like one or the other. It's pretty much that moral that's addressed from Suited for Success.
I thought we were talking about the stuff we liked.
Right. But that's just something that I noticed in the episode.
There ain't a lot of it.
Yeah, well, that's why we're talking about that. What I like
to also go off of what you said, Toon, another thing, like, before he told her that she was Fireward, and she's like, I wanted to play Daring Do. He said something that I was just like, thank you, because that is a thing that we actors have to, like, some actors have to face. He goes, you're too young. And it's not like him going, oh, she's just a little girl. It's for some, if you don't look the age of the character, nobody's going to buy that you are that character. And so the fact that he brought that in there, instead of going, oh, but Juniper is just perfect, or Chestnut is perfect for it, the fact that he did that, I was just like, yes, yes, perfect.
Exactly. Not only did he mention that Juniper was too young, but she's also inexperienced.
Yeah, because I've actually gotten that comment before for auditions and stuff like that, where they're like, we really like you, Katie, you're great, we love your resume, however, you're too young for this particular character, so we're gonna have to say no. So for me, I was just like, oh, I understand that I understand, yay.
Yeah, now if this During Do movie were, say, like, an animated movie, like, you know, that required voiceover, then that would be a different story. But no, this was like live action and stuff. But anyway, go ahead, Toon.
Okay,
yeah,
so what I liked about this, I really have to stretch with this because I liked it overall. It was hard for me to really pick anything that stood out for me. Except, I do like that in this universe, they still carry over Twilight and Rainbow Dash being super nerds about Daring Do. I really liked when they did that in Daring Don't. I really liked when they did that with Stranger Than Fanfiction. I like that it carried over, and it wasn't, like, completely out of nowhere. Like, it's still clear on that, and I like that. I think Rainbow Dash geeking out over certain scenes was awesome, like, near the end, like, when everything's so epic, everyone's just like, Dash, gosh darn it, be quiet, just like, I would be in Dash's position too. If I saw all that stuff happening live, like if you brought me to like a set where something cool like that was going on, of course I'm gonna have a reaction like that because I'd be like,
Harry Potter so cool. Land, Universal Studios.
I mean, I guess kinda.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Well, I mean, I didn't overreact that much. I mean, it was cool to be there and stuff. You know, it was a good time.
Oh crap!
You don't have any proof.
Besides vlogs?
Besides
vlogs,
eyewitness accounts.
Vlogs can be documented. Oh, you know, you probably you put words in my mouth. You did Photoshop. You did video editing.
You looked at yourself.
Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it was somebody else impersonating me.
It wasn't Zach. It was Kaz.
Kaz.
It was
He's
Kaz. His long-lost twin brother.
Yes,
so you're you're
totally.
Puffy Yumi's manager.
I mean, how do you think Toon can go to all these cons? He's not one person. He's two. He's
exactly.
Like Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
And how about that donut?
That donut though, that was pretty good. Pretty freaking good. All right. Anyways, so oh wait, I'm last, aren't I?
Yeah,
Yes, you are.
Yes. Yeah, we just got a message from Boyce. He's driving, no Bluetooth. Sega says hi, so he said just do it without him today.
Okay, well, we already are kind of halfway into this. Okay. Alright, so negative. Oh boy, do I get to talk about this now? Alright. So, Sonata.
Yes.
I gotta ask, how bad is typecasting in Hollywood these days?
Typecasting is it's actually pretty much everywhere in Hollywood nowadays, but that's because I mean, in a way, you can use it to your advantage. When you know you're typecasting, you can audition for those specific projects, and you have a better chance of getting in.
Yeah, actually,
I will admit that there will be times where I'm like, I would want to play this role. This role would be so fun to play. However, it's not in my typecast, whether it's because it's not a character I play, or whether or not I'm too short, too tall, too old, too young. I need blonde hair. I need blue eyes. I'm too pale, or whatever. And I'm just gonna be like, oh, boo. It's all about how you brand yourself and how you market yourself.
Oh,
yeah, honestly,
okay.
Contrary to popular belief, typecasting can actually be your friend in certain circumstances.
It's not like this. Typecasting itself is actually not a terrible sing. It's not like this, oh no, I'm now pigeonholed as this. I'll never be able to do anything else again.
You were saying cartoons?
Oh, okay, so that explains a lot. Okay, Kuru, that's groovy, that's great. Okay, so that just leaves me one question. Why did they typecast Sunset as the maniac in the Power Pony sequence? Why are they typecasting her again as the villain? That makes no sense to me. Like, I'm looking at Sunset, and she's automatically cast as the villain because, get it? She was the villain. Get it? We're just gonna keep doing the joke over and over again. We're funny. No, you're not. It's not funny. It's overdone. We get it. She was a villain. She's not a villain anymore. Drop it. Leave it. Dead. Cut. Print. Bye. Also, Sonata, call me.
Never!
Well, mind you, cartoons, the main six don't necessarily have any people aside from Twilight, who's already cast another role with dark purple skin.
It's true.
So
And plus, Sunset Shimmer's like the last one left, so it's like it's like, well, these other people fit. Who's this one? Well, we can put her into this role because that's happened too. With,
and also, mind you, the production assistant was an idiot.
I personally think it would have been funny if they did put Twilight in the Maniac costume and then Sunset in the Matterhorn costume, simply because of that irony. I think that actually would have been funnier because for once, you know, it would put the Twilight on the other end of the I used to be a villain that tried to destroy people, no offense, none taken thing, which would be nice.
It would be. But then again, the whole joke is stupid in and of itself, so yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, going back to... Who was before me? I think it was Fox? Okay,
Yeah.
Fox, go ahead.
Jeez, I don't even know what negative to find.
I'm sure me and Ninja have one glaring one, but it's probably not the one you're thinking about.
I'm guessing it's because of how...
Don't say anything. Just go ahead and try to. We'll reveal it later.
Okay. Well, I guess the one thing I could say that's negative, and it's just more of just a silly nitpick. What was the name of the actress who was playing Daring Duke?
Chestnut.
Yeah,
Chestnut something. I forget what her last name was.
She looks like she's played up too much of a stereotype actress who's always angry and grumpy every time she's present. Not all celebrities are like that.
I was about to say, they looked like Katie to me.
Oh! Is that what... Oh...
You think that she's a beautiful actress? That's very complimentary.
Yes, that's what I'm going for. See, it's a compliment.
You see, this is what I'm gonna be at BronyCon. Not your friend, not your buddy. I'm gonna be your wingman because God, you need saving more than.
Someone finally said it.
This man needs saving more than Princess Peach.
Okay, I don't need saving that much. I'm not a damsel in distress up in here. Besides, the only damsel in distress is Will, and he knows how to rock the dress, so...
Oh my god.
Says the
Hey, at least you look naturally in it.
Hey, that's spoilers, first off.
Okay, I guess it's safe to say I passed it back to British.
Yeah. Alright, so...
Alright, go ahead.
I'm going to go on a bit of a tirade here, and then Will can follow up on me. Hopefully I too don't go overboard. You guys watching the stream, you probably know my taste by now. For one, my number one deal breaker is logic. If you make me jump through too many logical hoops, I'm not going to be a happy panda. I think it's kind of lazy. Now, on this short, I'll start with the mystery aspect. If the actress who was the number one suspect because she was mad that the project was taking too long, why on God's green earth would she want to delay the project even further? So that immediately sort of, took her out as a suspect for me, because it wouldn't make any sense whatsoever for someone who hates the project going on for so long to delay it even further. Now that leaves Little Miss Fangirl, who was shown to have the keys, so I thought this mystery was pretty logically shallow in my opinion, not kind of the Scooby-Doo stuff I'm used to, I guess. Then we get to my real least favorite part of the episode, and that is the villain. this villain's motive of I want to be daring do was pretty pathetic. She's what, 16? She's not a child. Why on earth did she believe that she would get chosen? It's dumb. They never really established herself as an actress who had any degree of talent. And now, if they decided, now here's the thing. This is how I would fix it. If they decided to have an actual, the actual actress of daring do be a completely terrible choice that does a terrible job at representing what daring do would be like, then you would have something. A super fan who hates what Hollywood is doing to her favorite franchise. Gee, that's not relatable, internet. Yeah, totally. So, overall, I thought this was kind of it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And if it was an actual MLB episode, I would put it kind of near the bottom of my episode list for this season. Tirade over. I believe, it was Katie before me.
I'll just briefly reiterate what I said. There was just so many things in this episode because I've been on sets before, and I mean, I've been in the acting business professionally for about 8 years now, and so I have a very good understanding of how a set is actually run. And so how this set was run, how the set itself looked, and Rainbow Dash's constant being able to interrupt, the interruptions grated my nerves so much because I know how long it takes to set up a shot, and when you have that perfect shot, especially if you're shooting outside, oh my god, shooting outside is the worst. Because if you mess up or if there's something wrong with the sound, you have to start over, and you have to, and the thing is, if you're doing day shots, you're fighting the sun. So it just grated my nerves so much, and the movie stuff just took me out of it. I mean, there was like maybe like one or two things about the movie set where I was like, where they have like different buildings where there's different sets. That was the only part that was true, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. However, everything else, it took me out of the episode, and I'm like, and it made it hard for me to focus, and I'm like, kept going in my head, that's not real, that would never happen, that's not real, that's not how things are done. But yeah, that's the main thing I didn't like. So I'll pass that back to DeWill Snyder.
Here we go.
Brace yourselves.
Please do not yell. Is my only request.
I'm not going to. This my dislike is not rage worthy. I will say that much.
Okay.
If there was an antagonist who was more obvious than Wind Rider and Gloriosa Daisy, yet at the same time more pathetic than the two of them combined, it would have to be Juniper Montage. Like, the very second she appeared on screen, she's the villain. And, like, you could see throughout almost every single shot she was in, she had shifty eyes, very sort of low eyebrows. Like, she was about as subtle as a neon sign in Las Vegas saying, "I'm the villain, arrest me!"
Pretty much.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Juniper going off of what British Ninja said, her motives, oh my freaking gosh. I'm sorry. Juniper Montage sucks, and she continues to suck in the next short, which we'll talk about next week. But my point still stands. She grinded my gears, but not to the point of me having an aneurysm like Starlight and Trixie. Like, if I had to put her, like, on a worst villain list, I'd say she's, like above Starlight and Trixie, like, say, like, a number 3 or 4 or something like that. But, yeah, just... I every moment she appeared on screen, I just groaned. Because, again, more obvious than Gloriosa Daisy and Wind Rider.
Mm-hmm.
I will give Wind Rider and Gloriosa this, but Gloriosa at least had, a believable motive as why she did what she did. She was trying to save her camp from the somewhere out of nowhere, bad word, filthy rich. And Wind Rider, I mean, you know, he's old. He had experience, and he kind of didn't want to take that away, especially from a group of people or ponies that, you know, he's been with for years. So even that I could buy. But Juniper's just, I didn't get the role I wanted. I'm gonna ruin it for everybody else. If I can't have it, then nobody will. Kill yourself.
Well, maybe not kill herself, but just go away. Go sit in the corner.
Okay, yeah.
Go sit in the kitty corner.
Yeah, pretty much what she said. I didn't mean to sound that harsh, but just, oh my gosh. Go ahead, Key, you're next.
Okay, so I like Juniper.
Oh?
Here's the thing. Keep in mind, I haven't seen Mirror Magic yet, so keep in mind my entire context of this character is just this one isolated short. Okay?
All right.
I like Juniper, but I'm disappointed in how she was written. But as a character in and of itself, I feel like there could have been something more there. And I have two ways that there could have been something more there in a positive way that could have made what she did a catalyst for something else. I think a lot of stuff would have been a lot more poignant if the director was her dad and not her uncle.
Yeah.
But even then, even if they stick with the uncle thing, I wish they'd shown more of her and the director interacting and him maybe being aloof and ignoring whenever she brings anything up. I kind of feel like something that could have been a worthy potential is that maybe, you know, she wants this role because her uncle and if it was in this other scenario, which I would have liked, her father, is so focused on this goddamn movie. She would have wanted the role not just because she likes daring do, and that was something her and her dad could connect on. That's why he probably took the film, but also because she wanted his attention. And I feel like that could have been something a little bit more interesting, and that could have made her still getting fired a lot more poignant, and why her angst against the other characters would have been somewhat, you know, vilified.
I can agree with you on that one, Keyframe. I feel like she probably would have been a little more sympathetic character if they had done that with her.
Yeah, and I feel that's my dislike, is more of disappointment of, you have this character whose motive is petty and pathetic, but just because your motivation is kind of petty, I don't immediately dismiss you as a bad character, because let's face it, there's people in real life who can be that petty. But usually their reasons for being petty is something that's deeper into their personality and how they handle things themselves. And it kind of goes into the one other bad thing with Juniper. I don't think she had enough screen time to make as much of a presence to attach onto people. For one thing, to be like, think of her more of, oh, this is the Mr. Wickles, this is the villain under the mask, but also why she does her things besides, I'm a fangirl, I want to be this role in something that I love. And I just think I like her design, first of all, but I like her for what she could have been. But I understand why people dislike what she isn't. And I don't know. I do enjoy her character and I enjoy the short, but I feel like these were problems that could have been fixed if maybe the script went through a few more drafts. I feel like we could have spent less time with Chestnut. But yeah, that was my dislike. I am the only person here who really likes this short. So there you go.
I thought it was okay.
It was okay.
I don't hate the short or anything. It's just kind of meh for me. And like I said, the stuff with the on set, like how it is, it just took me out of it, where I wasn't really able to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, like, same with me. I didn't dislike this short by any means. It just could have been better. It's like on the same sort of level as Dance Magic was. Maybe like a little bit better, but yeah,
No, it's better than
Like,
Dance
like-
Magic.
Yeah.
like I will say this: the times when Juniper wasn't on screen, I actually quite enjoyed myself. Just she kind of soured it for me. And yeah, actually, you know, if I may like make an addendum to my thing, yeah, maybe what I said about Juniper was a bit harsh. Maybe she probably, yeah, just how she was written, I didn't take a liking to, and like I said, she does. It might seem spoilery to you, Key, but I'm sorry, she does not get better in Mirror Magic.
Well, I also want to add something. Two things, and I'll keep it short. Firstly, when you go say something like, you know, kill yourself and such, we don't really mean it. It's
Yeah,
being
of course
hyperbolic. Yeah.
Again, sorry, it's the spur of the moment sort of thing. I should have reserved that for something like Trixie. So.
Oh, you and your ever
See that
present.
to her either. You just shouldn't yell out "kill yourself" for a fictional thing. That sounds as pathetic as Juniper.
Anyways.
Yes, moving on, please.
Yes,
Anyways.
the other thing.
Yeah,
The
go
other
ahead.
thing. I didn't have that big of an issue with Juniper's character. To an extent, I think it's a bit of a good message to any viewers who, you know, just because you're a fan of something really big doesn't mean you should think that the world should center around you regarding that franchise. You got to understand that there's other outside perspectives, and that speaks a lot in a lot of different perspectives, in which I'm not going to elaborate here on because we're going to be here all day. But I like the direction that they were going with for Juniper, but I also do agree with Key that she could have been written better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that takes care of things. So, overall, I'm getting a feel of meh, could have been better. There's some likes, but there's not really a hate for this episode, so at least that's good. Key, if they've made it this far, what should they put down in the comments?
Hashtag. Ooh, I know. Hashtag. Juju and the Boon Boon.
Oh my!
What?
Oh my God! Please don't start this again.
No, June in the Moon because
Oh.
her name's
No.
Monta.
June and the Moon.
Oh God.
We got Shim Sham and the Bim Bam. We got Glim Glam and the Zim
Those
Zam.
two
Now we
are
got
enough.
June and the Moon.
Okay.
That's my thing with.
All
I
right.
think the only one that's really good is Glim Glam and the Zim Zam. Everything else is just kind of.
Shim Sham and the Bim Bam kind of doesn't have the same kick. When you say Glim Glam and
this,
Zim
this
Zam.
is the point where you should stop trying.
Well, we're gonna keep going anyway.
I encourage people to never stop trying because stopping trying means that you quit and you are a loser.
She's right on that one.
Anyways, so
Everything you come up with, it's worse and
thank
worse.
you for joining us for today's episode. Join us next week when we discuss the final Equestria Girls short, Mirror Magic, aka the only one that you should actually probably watch. And our guest will be the Inverted Shadow.
Yay!
Yay!
Woohoo! Yeah, I know. No, Inverted Shadow is really cool. He's one of our friends. He'll be the first ever SFM animator I think that we get on here.
Gmod.
Gmod, SFM, they're the same thing. Anyway.
No, they're not.
Oh, they totally are. Totally.
They're two different programs, idiot.
Toon, have you looked at the two lately?
They all look the same to me anyway. So thank you all for turning out for this. Go ahead. You know what to do. Put down in the comments thoughts on the episode. Yada, yada, yada. Thank you all for being here.
Uncultured swine.
Thank you for watching and stay awesome.
Wait, hold on. Before you go offline, wasn't there supposed to be like a meme winner sort of picture thing?
Not for this. There isn't gonna be one. There wasn't one for Mirror Magic, and there was not one for Dance Magic. There is not one for Movie Magic. For Mirror Magic, though, there will be a meme, and that'll be at the end of that episode, so you will see. And stoof. That's a wrap. Bye.